Oh, hi. Welcome to the Fantasmagorium show. On today's show, it's Friday. Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. News and things. 'Tis the 13th, and I'm ready. Let's go.
And we are live.
Really? We're doing this? Really?
We are.
Okay, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Friday free for all.
I'm super jazzed that there are so many people here.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is really awesome.
Anyone had any accidents today?
Sorry,
say
what?
that again?
Anyone had any accidents today?
No.
Twice.
Okay.
No, I'm not superstitious. It's actually it's a weird superstition because it refers to the Knights Templar, Friday the 13th.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, Jacques de Molay was burned at the stake on the Friday the 13th.
Okay.
Burned alive, and he put a curse on Prince Philip, or not Prince. I think he was a king at the time of France, King Philip. And
that's crazy cool. I didn't know the end.
Yeah, so that's where it comes from. It's not really. It's not. It shouldn't be a dark day. It's just unless you're a king.
I tend to have good days on Friday the 13th. I tend to find money hidden in certain places where I didn't even remember having them, like in the couch or out in the yard. It's like, oh, cool, money.
Nice.
Yeah, good day.
To be completely honest, I've had one of the best days in a long time. I found out that I took a COVID test and I'm totally COVID free. Yay!
There you go.
I was hanging out. I had a good dinner. Everything is coming up Scotty today. And also, I went to Crystal Lake and I murdered a bunch of teenagers who were having premarital sex and drugs.
Great day. All around.
And you know what? I think I got away with it. Yeah. Well, Crystal Lake's it's far.
It is. You have to drive.
What state was it supposed to be located in? I can't remember.
Texas, right? Corpus Christi, Texas, I think.
Really?
No?
I thought Crystal Lake was in a northern state.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I thought it was kicking around your place, Todd Michael.
Sure.
Like Ohio, Illinois, Michigan kind of thing.
If you know, let us know in the chat.
Yeah, please. Heavens. Anyway, so we're doing a show. We have an order of operations. Shall we ask people to like and subscribe and thank all the people who have liked?
We should actually do that. So like every day, please like, share, subscribe, do all the things, hit the little bell. Please comment. All that stuff helps, obviously. If you would like to leave a tip with your comment or question, please do so. www.streamelements.com/phantasmagoriumshow/tip. Please check out our website, www.phantasmagoriumshow.com. Over there, you'll find not only our shows, but a link to our audio-only podcast and our shop, which we just uploaded some brand new items. I think I got 8 new items in there today. We finally got that issue, I think, fixed. Some of the items are a really cool Bluetooth speaker with a charger, wireless charger on top. So there's a couple of the black and blue there. They've got some mugs.
I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, right. That's cool.
Apparently, I'm getting one. It's going to be great.
A little wine tumbler and some other cool stuff. So check that out. You can do so, www.phantasmagoriumshow.com/shop. Thank you very much for your patronage, as it were. All right.
Yes, sir.
With that out of the way, let's do a little primer. This is a 3-minute primer on Friday the 13th franchise as a whole. Shall we?
Ooh, heavens, yes.
Let's do it. Okay, so that comes to us from our friends over at ArcadeCloud. Find them on YouTube.
That was great. That was
right.
Great.
It's kind of a rundown of all the movies. I think he did say 11 movies. I think they did skip one. And TheRichard is here. Hey, Rich.
Hey, guys. Aloha.
Hello, Richard.
Ahoy, sir. How are you today?
Hot, sticky,
You're
ready to
always
jump
hot.
into a Crystal Lake.
Mhm.
I was there. Don't worry. It's completely vacant.
Well, we'll bring
Moving
the party
on.
then. How's
No,
everybody
that
doing?
there's
What
a
was
cool
the
thing
last
about.
Friday that? Sorry, Terje.
Oh, I was just gonna say, there's a cool thing I saw online a while ago. I don't have a link, but someone recreated Camp Crystal Lake and made it into this live event where you could buy tickets and you could go stay at this camp, and it was like a pretend thing where Jason was lurking around trying to kill people. So it was like in a Friday the 13th experience camp.
Like a
an
live
escape
action
room?
role playing or something. Sounds
Yeah,
like
a live action role playing thing. Yeah.
cool.
I've always
Substantially.
been more of a Freddy guy, so
Speaking of Freddy, I didn't bring out a lot of Freddy stuff, but I had these guys glued together. These are ink pens. I got them like in Vegas a long time ago.
nice. Those are bitchin'. Yeah. Well, it is Friday the 13th, and I'm glad that everyone has survived so far. It's really, really cool to have all of you here. Todd, Michael, is there anything that you would like to say that the Fantasmagorium show does not condone?
Not today.
Yeah.
Not today.
Okay.
Later in the show.
Maybe.
Come on. Yeah, maybe.
It's supposed to be organic. I know. I put you on the spot. Kat, and how are you doing today? How are things in, is it raining?
No, it's sunny and nice outside right now.
Well,
It's
sounds
California.
like California.
Hardly ever rains.
Yeah, it's
Terje?
a problem.
It has been a very gray and rainy day in the southern part of Norway.
And is it kind of like a film noir rain?
No, more like just a boring rainy day. It's
No
not
murder?
It's not consistent, so you can't go out walking in your trench coat and pretending like you're Rick Deckard, just walking around, because suddenly the rain will stop and it breaks the illusion.
Terje gets it. He knows where I was going with that. And Richard, aside from your plasticness, how are things going for you?
Very busy, doing really well. Really enjoying figuring out my lights and doing backgrounds and stuff. And today is obviously the 13th, Friday the 13th.
Yes.
I've got lots to talk about regarding that, but it's my lucky number. It's my favorite day. I've got a friend who got me into radio and back in 1995, and she and I text each other ever since then on the 13th to wish each other happy 13. So it's a really big day.
That's cool. That's awesome.
I was celebrating Jodie Whittaker all day.
I'm hoping to hear back from a guest. No luck so far.
That's
Well,
okay.
we'll
I
see.
I did have that little primer that I thought was cool, that little 3-minute primer. We also have, I might as well play the trailer for Jason Rising, which is a fan film. And I believe this dropped 2 months ago in June on the 13th. It was a Sunday then. So I think this is available. They do have a release announcement at www.jasonrising13.com. 6:30 p.m. PST. Backers get first look, and this is today, by the way. 7:30 p.m. PST. Jason Rising goes live on YouTube for everyone. And they'd like to, thank everybody who helped them along the way. Support this fan film. But I thought this perfect time to play the trailer, so we might as well do that, huh?
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Didn't you see the sign when you came in? This is Camp Crystal Lake. A long time ago, some ugly-ass kid named Jason drowned in this camp. His mom worked here. She blamed the counselors, but nobody believed her. So she went nuts, ended up killing a bunch of people because of it. Sounds like they deserved it. Yeah, well, she didn't get everyone. This one girl fought back, cut that bitch's head clean off.
come here.
Kill them all.
Yeah.
We're not alone.
Cool.
So that's a
not
movie.
That
I can
actually
watch
looks pretty
that
good
now.
for a fan film, huh?
Looks very good. Yeah.
That's
It's
a
better than
fan
most
film?
of the Friday the 13th movies.
Right?
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
It's a fan
It
film
look-
called.
It
Jason
looks like what
Rising.
they should have done with the 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, check those guys out and watch it. It'll be available on YouTube. I'm sure you could get the links at www.jasonrising13.com.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
that.
Awesome.
The
Yeah, it
last,
looks
the
good.
last one I watched was Jason X because I love space.
I was just gonna say that's the space one, right? I don't think. I think I saw some of that, but
I didn't like Jason X at first.
Oh, I didn't
It
like
definitely grew on me though, and I really like it now. For whatever reason, it's grown on me. I mean, the kills in that were just something. I mean, out of this world. It was just very unique for Friday the 13th. So
interesting. Yeah,
yeah,
I
you
can't
got to
remember
check it out. Like the holodeck. There's a holodeck on it.
Yes, it's a what if episode.
Right.
But
Well,
you-
yeah, they said Earth too, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And the
they
little
did.
primer.
Yeah.
And
Which
also, we
doesn't
have to
make a lick of
mention
sense.
that the movie has a Canadian in it.
Oh, it's a Canadian production. It's got
Yeah.
David Cronenberg. Yes.
Indeed, one of the best Canadians ever.
So yeah, top 5.
Top 5.
Yeah. With Wayne
Um,
Gretzky being at the top of the list, right?
No, Shatner.
Oh, no. Oh, maybe.
Well, fine. Don't worry, he identifies as American anyway. It doesn't.
pretty much.
much.
So
Well,
that's off the top. That's all we really had, Rich. If you want to, I do have. So this is interesting because I pulled up 3 different, all the Friday the 13th movies ranked, from 3 different sources, and they're all different. Obviously.
Well, before you announce those, let's
We don't
literally ask everybody: do you like Friday the 13th? If so, why? And if not, why? And it's okay if you're all over the place.
I'll go first. I like the first one. The first one was a staple when we were kids, right? That's just, you watched Halloween, you watched Freddy, you watched Friday the 13th, you watched The Exorcist. It's just one of those things you did when you were a kid. It was kind of a rite of passage, right? So I did like that. I fell off it though. I think I saw the next 2, and then I didn't. I just stopped paying attention. So I did like it. It's not something I revisit though.
How old were you when you stopped watching?
Oh, probably 13, 14, maybe.
Okay, so your internal priorities and everything shifted.
Yeah.
Away from Friday the 13th. Yes.
Yeah. and on to DJing and girls.
Yeah. Well, and okay, so I've seen the first one, Kevin Bacon Represent, and after that, you know what? In terms of Friday the 13th, wasn't Crispin Glover in one?
The fourth one, I think.
Yeah,
and that's the one I've seen. And then Jason X and Freddy versus Jason, which I was rooting for Freddy. I've never really been much of a Friday the 13th, and in the same way that I'm not much of a Halloween fan, is that I like my quippy serial killers from the nether regions. So,
hey Scott,
yeah,
can I interrupt because you brought up
Please.
Crispin Glover? Can I interrupt you real quick?
Yes, please.
Hey! Ted! Ted! Hey, Ted, where the hell's the corkscrew?
Oh, we found it. He will not be back for the sequel.
No,
That's all the screwing he ever got to do in that movie.
that's right.
Well, no, he had some of the best dance moves ever.
He did have great dance moves, like he always does.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. Continue, please.
No, that's it. Like, I was just, again, do I love Friday the 13th? I appreciate it for the cultural significance that it is. I never had that much affection for it because I was more of a Nightmare on Elm Street guy. It's kind of like that Sega Nintendo thing. And that's how I feel about it. And the only thing that I am passionate about is Kane Hodder. I thought that he was absolutely perfect, and when he was representative of Jason, I like the actor. I like the actor more than I like the character. And also Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon. Who's next? Todd Michael?
Well, I saw the original 3 in the theaters, much like you. I was 10 when the first one came out, and then they came out really quick.
Yeah.
When that first one was popular. So I remember seeing it in 3D, the third one in 3D. But much like you, I was 13 when that came out, and I saw them all eventually when I worked in video stores and all, but they're all kind of blend together, and my taste changed, so I wasn't into slasher. I mean, I watched a lot of it, but it was all, just part of the fabric of working in a video store and all for me. It wasn't, really into the fan genre of slasher horror. And like Scotty said, I preferred, I guess, more witty antagonists in my horror movies, not just a guy wielding a knife or blade or machete or whatever.
Like, it's kind of a sad story when you prefer Chucky to Jason.
I don't, by the way. I prefer Jason to Chucky. But I prefer Freddy over all of them.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I like Freddy more too.
Turdier, your turn.
Oh, heaven.
Yeah, well, I was born in 1982, and I can't really remember the Friday movies being a thing in Norway when I grew up. My best friend, who I met when I started primary school, his mom worked at the local video store, so we always went there and rented movies, and both our parents didn't mind if we rented movies that had high ratings, so we could rent what we wanted. But I can't really remember seeing the Friday movies on those shelves. I remember a lot of other movies. We rented the whole Elm Street series. So I guess the Friday series came later for me when I got into the internet. I'd seen images of him, but it wasn't really registering. But later, when the internet came, I started getting more and researching into other horror stuff I hadn't seen. And I think the first time I saw the Friday movies was when I bought the DVD set. And then I went through all the movies. And since then, I've upgraded to Blu-ray, so I've seen the entire series maybe 2 or 3 times. I do like them. I think Jason is an awesome figure. And I have to say I enjoy all the slaughtering, all the pot smoking, all the frivolous sex. And
I enjoy the slaughtering. That is my quote of the week.
Yes. I enjoy the slaughtering.
I enjoy it. It's one of my favorite things.
Who can't but smile when Jason picks up someone sleeping in their sleeping bag and bashes them into a 3? That's just lovely.
That is great. Oh my god! Do you guys have favorite kills?
Oh yeah.
Wait, hang on a second.
I'm
Before
sure
we
the
get to
Richard
favorite kills.
does.
We still got to
Jumping the gun here, buddy.
Yeah, but the thing with the series for me is I haven't really gone into them like religiously. So when I try to think back at which movie is which, they tend to blend in my mind. So I have to like look up a synopsis or something to remember what movie is what it is about. I can remember like the first three, but then it kind of goes into the supernatural territory, and then everything starts just to like being mixed around. But yes, I am a fan. I'm not a die-hard fan. I'm also a Camp Freddy, but it's an enjoyable series.
Catherine, would you care to expound?
So I remember back in 1999, my sister and I stayed up all night long building Legos and watching cartoons, trying to stay awake to watch the first one at 4 a.m. And she went to bed right as the opening logos were starting. She was too tired. So I watched the first one by myself, and being 11 years old, I really liked it. I liked the element of mystery to it because you don't really know who's doing it necessarily. And I thought it was kind of creepy. I kind of like the ambiguity of the ending. It's just like, well, did Jason really jump out of the water and get her? She's just completely hysterical by this point. I went on to see parts 2 and 3, and I like that the first 3 kind of forms its own little trilogy in a way. I then went on to see Jason X, Freddy vs. Jason in the 2009 version. I have the first 2 on Blu-ray Steelbook that recently came out, and I have the 2009 version also on Blu-ray Steelbook. I assume they'll put out the later ones each year, I guess. But I like Jason as a character. I mean, he's iconic, and you always want to root for him because he's killing these really dumb teenagers and 20-somethings that are just, drinking too much and can't act and, sleeping around and tripping over each other. So it's like, whatever. But I kind of agree with Todd Michael. They do kind of roll into each other because, again, I've seen bits and pieces of the other ones, like 4 through 9, that I haven't seen, but I wouldn't be able to tell you off the top of my head which kills from the movies I've seen are from which movies, because it's except for Kevin Bacon, because I know he was in the first one. But yeah, I think it's a decent franchise, but it's okay. I think the acting leaves something to be desired, but Jason himself, obviously, really iconic.
Mm-hmm. Has anyone seen Jason Takes Manhattan, and is it good?
I like it. There's
Okay.
the Japanese version on my jacket up here.
Oh, well then, well, heavens, sir.
Let me see if we can, if there's a way to zoom into that. There we go.
Boom, science. Fantastic.
I remember that poster being on the wall of my video store for many, many years.
It's one of those productions that I heard that they were in Vancouver, like Vancouver subs for Manhattan. They don't spend a lot of time in Manhattan. I was really looking forward to sort of like Jason cutting through Manhattanites. And I've never seen it. From what I understand, the first half of the movie is not in Manhattan. And as it moves forward, he doesn't kill that many in Manhattan. And so from a movie that I've never seen, 2 out of 10.
So
No, you should see it though. The boat scenes are fun.
Well, the boat scenes, I've heard about the boat scenes, and apparently they're really good, yes.
Many people like to dub the movie Jason Takes the Boat, because basically like 3/4 of the movie is on the boat, and then there's this one shot in Times Square, and the rest is basically in Vancouver. So it's the boat one.
So
The boat one. Okay.
as far as favorite kills, Cat got mine right off the bat, is arrow through the throat, Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But I'm
was
kind of
great.
I'm kind of an originalist, anyways. I'm a vinylist, and so the original is always kind of the best for me. There's probably better ones, but I haven't seen all the movies, so I can't remember if I've seen them all, anyways.
Just a heads up. I've been working on this Friday the 13th card game for a very long time, and we literally went through every single movie except for Jason X and Freddy vs. Jason, and we jotted down every single kill, every single sex act, every single drug or debaucherous thing that they did, and we turned all of that into a fast-paced card game. You keep playing the campers, and it's a kind of a storytelling game. So you're saying, like, for example, I'll just show you some of the rough sketches.
Yeah.
For example,
Hold on. While you
Okay.
do that, let me put you in the right layout.
Aspect ratio.
There we go.
okay. So just there's so many different actions. Okay, you get three. You're holding 3 cards, and say, okay, my character wants to take a shower, and then
Well,
you
you
draw
should
a
probably-
card, and maybe
Probably.
something happens in the shower, maybe it doesn't, and you keep going around, and you die so many times, and there's a whole bunch of rough sketches of various different kills. I remember this one time somebody was sitting on the toilet smoking a joint, and then they get set on fire by Jason with gasoline.
Nice.
It's amazing how the story play works.
Oh no, that's amazing. Heavens.
Yeah, this is cool.
I was going to ask you to censor the nipples, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, speaking of that, I was going to send you the trailer video because it's got footage from all the movies, but it's got way too many boobies, so I decided not to send it.
Well,
Yeah,
we can talk about violence, but we can't show nipples.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I'd thought about this more in advance, but
No, it's
been busy.
fine.
It's okay. But yeah, my buddy JR drew up all of the characters. Do you have those, Steve? Did I send those to you?
I saw them, but I didn't download them.
Okay.
There weren't a place where I could download them.
Well, they were the only real thing that's kind of finished. Everything else is still. I need a team, basically. I've got artists, but I need designers to help me do the layout and everything. But I've got several playable prototypes. And I talked to Kane Hodder when I met him at Fangoria, and
Nice.
I didn't have my game, but I did have a playing deck. So I told him about my card game and how neat it is and everything, and he says, "That's cool, man. You let me know when you got it done." So he autographed that for me.
That's amazing. You've met Kane Hodder. That's crazy.
Oh,
cool.
I know a lot of people. It was R.A.
Well, I
Mihailov,
know.
Leatherface, who introduced me to Kane Hodder. So Leatherface introduced me to Jason. He also introduced me to Tony, to Candyman the same day.
Well, that sounds like a boring day.
That sounds nice.
It was exhausting.
Sounds
it was
like one
good.
damn good barbecue.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
There's one guy who's sewing up people and bringing meat to the barbecue, and then the other guy brings all the bees, and then you have Jason just walking around, just ruining stuff for everyone.
Well, and Leatherface is obviously carving.
All right, let me see if
he's
I can.
carving.
Let me see if
And
I
he's
can do
just getting
this.
rid of the annoying party guests.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
There's some of them. These are done by J.R. Gervais.
Is this the new Jason in the
Yep.
reboot?
Oh, damn it!
We're gonna have a lady.
The
Jason.
animated character, the animated people are characters from my game.
Oh, these are great designs. I really enjoy those. She's
I like the
frightened.
drawing style.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, this stupid.
No, I know, dude.
This thing is dumb.
Richard, what is your favorite kill?
Okay, this
Oh, there we go.
that Jason back there is by Colin Marks. He designs right there. He designs album covers, mostly death metal bands and stuff. He also does DVD or movie art. He designed the look of Jack the Giant Slayer's Giants and other
Okay.
stuff. So he and I were really good friends from hung out in England when I lived there. He's got more art, but that's the only one I could find right now. And now these are by J.R. Gervais. He's a professional cartoonist. He was my educator.
Stop the
When I was
press.
learning
Who is
projection
that?
at ArcadeCloud.
Go back one. Go back to the redhead.
I agree.
Yeah.
Go back to the redhead. I want to bring her on a date.
Did she die? I'm so sad. Hey,
Well,
that
see,
looks like
all
me.
of the characters, you give them personality, but they've all got funny names. All of the characters have a chance of dying, and they equally have a chance of living. It's how you play your cards.
Oh yes. Oh no, that
Scotty.
looks more like me. Yeah. Well, she should wear more appropriate pants.
That's camp.
Like she's
They're
gonna
at camp.
die. She's gonna
She's
die.
a counselor.
Yeah,
Freaking camp.
I can't. You know what? The thing I want most in the world is a crossover between Wet Hot American Summer and Friday the 13th.
Right?
That's kind of how we're doing our game anyway. But yeah, I would love to see a more fun movie, kind of like that.
Well, but the thing is, and that's why I was so taken aback by the trailer for the fan film that we just watched. It looked like it held the spirit, but also it looked like it was gonna, there's gonna be gore.
It looks solid, very well done.
Yeah.
Now, when I was working on my game, after a few years, another one came out. This was crowdsourced. I think is it this one or this one? It's this one. This one's called Maniac. And the funny thing is, we got so pissed off because I did public playtesting, and this game, at first, for the first month, we were thinking they totally ripped us off. They totally somebody stole the idea, and because it's a very intricate system as to what we've got. So when I finally got a copy of this and played it, I realized, ooh, they may have taken my system, but they reversed how it's played. So instead of you playing a lot of the camp counselors, you're playing Jason killing the camp counselors. And I mean, literally, I know somebody got wind of our prototype because they used some of the names.
Yeah.
Literally, and Steve knows that the names are very corny and specific.
Yeah.
There's no way somebody would have come up with that. But anyway, this is a very good game. It's like the twin of my game. So, and it's a generic game, and we can turn and we've actually planned it to be a generic game if we can't get the license.
Great.
Cool.
And then here's just another one that's in the same vein.
Mhm.
Last Friday.
So how do you guys feel about Rebecca Black? Sorry,
Who?
no, we're not allowed to talk about Friday. Anyway.
I got it.
Yeah, I know it wasn't funny, but I tried. No, that's amazing, Rit. Like and your involvement in all of these card games, these tabletop games, like the artwork that you've been able to gather, like that's really impressive.
Yeah, it's cool looking.
Do you guys think we should do like a Kickstarter or something? Because whatever the missing piece is, we've got everything. I just need to put it all together, like get the artists, get more artists, and then obviously we got to do the packaging, the boxes and stuff. I'm not sure how to go about that.
We'll have to get Saran wrap.
Saran wrap.
There will have to be some Saran wrap. Yeah, let's talk off air about that, because I think we can probably do that. That's something that I can definitely help you with, at least organizing, some of that. The only thing that I've always had a problem with crowdfunding things, and it's just because I never had enough money at the time to pay all of the marketing costs to actually make a crowdfunding campaign successful. It costs a lot of money. It used to be, you could throw up a quick Kickstarter, have a half-ass video, and you could completely fund your project. It's just not like that anymore. They're full on. You have to hire basically a company to come in, set you all up, do all of your marketing, market it out. Otherwise, it just sits there, But with this, because it's it's basically an IP that everybody knows. If you can get the licensing, that's great. We could probably do the campaign while we're trying to get the licensing. But if not, I think you can, I think you can easily make this a generic game.
Speaking of generic, now
Well,
I had not
generic.
seen.
I think generic is derogatory. I think
No.
that
I mean, I just without the license.
Hear me out. My buddy JR, he came up with an idea for a generic version. Now, he had never seen The Hills Run Red. I had never seen The Hills Run Red at that point. But here are some of his sketches for a generic killer.
Well, he's not generic. He seems very intimidating. I would be able to, he looks great. Oh, and I love it when a generic murderer carries a head.
Yeah.
Oh, nipples. Nipple.
So anyway, I was thinking of talking to showing him some of this. If
But
don't
call it generic. Call it original. It's original.
But it's not.
Sure. What? No. Homage.
It's a riff on an IP. It's a riff on an existing IP. We just don't have the license to call it Friday the 13th. Right?
Steve, you're a DJ. Haven't you ever sampled anything?
Fucking all the time, dude.
There you go.
I'm all about it.
Don't diss generic. Generic drugs also work.
Yeah.
Well, apparently. They work.
No, I think it's a good idea. I mean, I don't know what the I would have to try to figure out what the market is for that kind of thing.
Well, speaking of games, have any of you played the Friday the 13th video game?
I've watched people play it.
Okay, yeah, no, ditto, and I'm in the same boat, Rich. I've played, or I've watched other people play, but Terje, you've played it?
Yeah, I had it on my PlayStation 4.
Who did you play as? Did you play as counselors, or did you play as Jason?
There's like an option in there where you can toggle if you prefer being a counselor or you prefer being Jason. But that's always chosen by random when you start a multiplayer game. Because there's also there's of course a lesser chance of you becoming Jason because there's only one Jason and there's like 8 counselors, I think. So the odds are against you. Mm-hmm. But I do have to say that I loved it when I got the chance to be Jason because it's so cool being a character that everyone fears. And what they really did do well in that game was when you play as a counselor, you are pretty much very, very helpless. And when Jason is somewhere close to you, you start hearing the ominous sounds, the and then you just oh God, I'm in trouble, I gotta get out of here. And then suddenly you see him, he's breaking through the door, he's trying to kill you. It's really intense. And they also really did justice to like the sets and the maps from the movies. It's really a project of passion, and it was made by, if I'm not mistaken, an independent company, and they got the license and they worked on it. So it isn't one of those big studio games. So it's a game made out of passion.
Regarding licenses, I contacted New Line and Warner Brothers back in 2011. And
Carol?
They told me that I needed to have 5 games on the shelves in a big box store before they would even offer me the license. Yeah. And that was real frustrating because 2012 actually, I had money then. It wouldn't have mattered. I had a budget. I was not even allowed to get access to the license. Now things have changed. I've not talked to them directly, but I know that certain things have changed and their licensing has changed. And I'm pretty sure that it wouldn't be that complicated now to get the license.
Those the 2 that you showed us are not licensed, correct?
These are generic. Yep.
Generic, yeah.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Doing a generic thing, you could tie it right in.
I hope no one steals those character designs because they're fucking awesome.
They are pretty awesome.
It doesn't matter. I can do.
Well, they're on here now, so I mean they're they're recorded for posterity. So
we can edit it out and post. It's fine.
No, I mean, if anybody tries it, we have the proof.
We have proof.
Yeah, and I'm not worried about it.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of the things I do, I could just whip out something else. It's no big deal. This is the easiest. Actually, it's not the easiest, but this is the simplest game I've ever designed. I've designed about 50.
I'm not going to let that fly. That is what she said.
Yeah, that is what she said.
This would be so easy to produce and warehouse and everything because it's just a small deck. So,
Nice.
even though I prefer Nightmare on Elm Street, I do prefer Freddy, and I've considered working on games with him. I've made these simple. Well, it's not really simple, but games that feature all the different monsters like Phantasm and everything, and you could play versus each other and everything. But this is a card game, and it's so easy, so simple, and so fast paced. It's a party game.
But the rules,
it's my best.
The rules of the game of a Friday the 13th game are sort of easily manageable, whereas the rules of a Nightmare on Elm Street game are not. Because you're incorporating Dream, like
and the mechanics too.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I mean. There have to be rules and mechanics, and it's been a trope in horror movies, in slasher movies, and the rules are defined basically by Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees, and it's easy to be able to color within the lines. In my opinion, I think that it's great. I look forward to playing. I guess my question
would be, what's the hunger out there for these types of card games? What's the market look like? Do you know?
Well, there's always interest in the genre. I mean, horror movies will never die.
Sure.
It is a niche market, and it would be great to piggyback. Say if there was a new Friday the 13th movie that came out, it'd be great to have it ready to go. But at this moment, with the licensing, with the rights issue going on, it doesn't look like we are going to get a new Friday the 13th anytime soon. So that's why I've kind of been just sitting on this. Even if we were to create it, is the demand big enough right now because we don't have anything to tie it in with, really?
Right. Yeah, I'm just trying to kind of get a handle on how much you would need to raise, or how much we think we would need to raise in a crowdfunding situation. It just depends on kind of what you need.
Give me some numbers.
Yeah.
10 years ago, $50,000 could get you a simple board game. So I kind of estimated about 10 to 15,000 for a card game, and that would include marketing.
Well, so that's not bad. I think if it's done correctly, we could probably do that. I don't know. I don't know the market.
Well, just recently
I'd have to research the market more.
Just recently, we covered the crowdfunding of the Avatar: The Last Airbender tabletop game.
Yeah.
And that was through the roof.
Yeah.
Like, I think their goal was 50,000 and they made $1 million in
16 hours or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. It was ridiculously quick. And so an IP like Friday the 13th seems like a no-brainer for something as such. What you're proposing.
I mean, if you could get the licensing, I think absolutely you could raise the money. Whether or not we could raise the money for a generic version, I don't know. I don't think that's
original.
It's not crazy. It's not crazy money. It's not like, oh, we need $500,000 to create this card game.
No, and that's almost what makes this genius. And it would be good to get it out there. I think we'll have to double check. I haven't looked at this in a long time.
Sure.
Like the foreign markets.
That's racist.
They
God bless you.
They appreciate things a lot more than we do here. And like the violence, action movies, horror movies and stuff. In a lot of cases. So
Yes, no, absolutely, and it would. Oh, I think it would be an interesting.
Let's noodle it. I mean, obviously, I think we can move on with the show here. I don't think we need to spend much more time on that on the show. But let's offline. We'll noodle it a little more. I want to take a look at. I want to do a little market research. But I think that's a do. I mean, as long as we're not doing like 50,000 plus, I think we're good. I think that's probably a doable thing. We just have to have some money up front, probably for, like I said, for marketing, to market the actual fundraise. I know it sounds silly, but that's the only way these things really work.
Hey, Terje, you want to start a new show called Market Research?
Research and development.
Yeah, no, I know. There's going to be numbers, calculations, interviews with a target audience.
Horrible in math.
No, and people don't
count on.
no,
me.
we don't need math. Who needs math?
I was
Let's
told
just do the
there'd be no
research.
math.
If I had
Anyway.
to choose between math and meth, I'd choose meth every time.
Fine, if you're not in, Cat might.
Cat, no, maybe not too.
Oh, well, no, I got that. Wow, I have never had such a stern head shake over the internet before. Thank you so much.
Okay, so anything else, Rich? Do you want to cover?
Maybe
Feel free.
other horror movies. So we know Nightmare on Elm Street, but who would you put in the classic? Let's say the top 5 most iconic horror characters of all time.
That is a tough question.
Yeah, because I mean, like that. My top is probably filled with the Universal monsters.
Classic guy.
Yeah,
But horror, like it has
but those
to
are those.
be a terrifying character.
But
top 5.
you don't think
Right
so? You
now.
don't think those qualify as horror movies?
No, I
course we do.
totally do. I agree with you. I'm not. No, I'm not discounting anything. Oh my heavens!
I'd have to think about it too.
Wolf?
Hard. I'd have to get lists. It's too hard to do off the top of my
The
head.
Wolfman. The Wolfman is in my top 5. And Freddy clearly. I would say.
I like Wishmaster.
Oh no, Pinhead.
Pinhead.
Of course,
from
Pinhead,
Hellraiser. Okay, that's 3. Then I'm gonna go. Pumpkinhead.
Pumpkinhead.
And
That's what I thought
I'm
too.
still terrified. I'm still terrified of Pumpkinhead. And then
Love
for
that
my
movie.
number 5, I'm gonna go with.
You want the leprechaun, you know it.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going with the Xenomorph.
Yeah.
That's my
We're-
5. Anybody else want to play?
I agree on several of those. You have the Cenobites in general. I think are some of the most terrifying creatures ever set to a movie.
Oh,
And Freddy Krueger, he scared the living daylights out of me when I was a kid. It's so ingenious how those movies actually place the danger in your sleep, because when you watch a scary movie, it's scary, and maybe you have a hard time falling asleep. But if they actually convince you that if you fall asleep, that's the thing that's really dangerous, that's just really ingenious. And I have some of my horror icons on the more of the comedy list, because I have always been very fond of the Critters movies.
Love Critters.
Oh, nice, the Graboids.
No, not the Graboids. The big
Critters.
balls,
The balls.
Not Critters, not Tremors. Critters. Pardon me, my mistake.
Critters. But thank you
Yes.
for reminding me, because of course the Graboids.
Oh. I'd say
I've
probably.
never seen a Critters movie.
I'd probably say the Shape, the Xenomorph from the original Alien, the original Freddy Krueger from just the first one. Frankenstein's monster, because the story is actually more of a tragic story and you're very sympathetic to him, I've never really considered him like a monster per se, even though he does, totally go after Victor at the end. Because that's the thing. I like those old Universal horror films are iconic, even though I don't find them to be really scary at all.
Right.
But those other three, kind of like The Invisible Man, I think is the one which really holds up the best because it's like a dark comedy in a way, and you see just how psychotic this guy is. But yeah, I think those are a good few there.
When was the last time you watched, say, Frankenstein? Because the beginning, people are dying and they're digging up the bodies and everything. It was a lot more.
Actually, it was only a couple months ago that I watched it. I think it's an excellent movie, like a 5-star movie. I just didn't really, and yes, even the sets are just unbelievable, like vintage type horror sets. I just never really connected. I mean, it's horror in a different way because you're so sympathetic to the creature that you don't really like it when the angry mob is chasing after him, and you feel really bad for him when he accidentally kills the little girl. And it's just like you just want to reach in and pull him out of that situation, and you can't.
I think they're so old, the Universals, that they're classics, that they're not scary. They're maybe if you put yourself in that state of mind.
Yeah, but at the time
I remember going to
at the time.
I remember going to Universal. They had like I think it's one of their permanent like haunted house exhibits based on their original Universal horror monster sets and talent, and they meticulously rebuilt the sets from those classic films. And this like haunted house that's there like year round, you can go in, and that was excellent and really scary.
Really nice.
But yeah.
But
very nice.
We're all fans of film, and we enjoy when a film is well crafted. And there have been so many terrible horror movies over the years. But like something like Frankenstein or Dracula or The Wolfman or The Invisible Man, like they were created, and those movies hold up because the tension is still there, even if they're old and they don't show horrible kills. And yeah, maybe Frankenstein is certainly Frankenstein is a sympathetic anti-hero. But the way that those movies are crafted, they are, they're quaint. I agree.
So
but do they build tension? Of course.
I was gonna say I don't think you need gory kills to have a scary movie. I mean, to me, for the longest time, especially in the 2000s, I felt that gore was supplanting horror. And then it's like, oh, it's squeamish. It'll make people look away, but that doesn't make them scared, to go out at night or walk down the street, so to speak. Like, I love tension and suspense. That's why I love the original Halloween. It's my all-time favorite horror film because it's not really emphasizing the blood and the violence. It had some of the characters you actually cared about. And so it's like tension and suspense.
That's why I like Final Nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's kind of like
horror is scary, and it's PG.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like when you know a jump scare is coming. It's like the tension leading up to it. But once the jump scare happens and the monster starts to chase, it's usually not scary anymore, at least to me. That's why I like other offbeat horror films like The Witch or The Lighthouse. And stuff like that. It's just kind of, it doesn't really have a monster in it per se. It's just very, like a theory. It's just the atmosphere is very different. Yeah.
Well, Black Phillip is a monster. Yes.
I would add Count Orlok to the list.
That's
from
right.
Nosferatu. I would add Pennywise to the list.
Ooh.
I would also add, I think, who else? God, I had one more. And I can't remember what.
You're right. Pennywise should be on my list.
Yeah, Pennywise is definitely on the list.
Candyman is pretty memorable.
Candyman.
Mm-hmm.
Chucky is
my victim.
Still going.
Yep.
Jigsaw.
Kind of bigger than ever, actually.
Yeah, but my Chucky is Brad Dourif or nothing.
Well, I mean, isn't the original team coming back for the other TV show, or the TV show? Because there's a TV show and
there's a movie.
Yeah, with the original cast and crew.
No.
With the original director and everybody. So.
Maybe.
Tony Todd will always be my Candyman.
Yeah. Leatherface.
You know what I've heard? I think that Christina Aguilera does a song.
Oh, speaking of horror and music, who's the band? They do the boy band parodies as Jason, Freddy, Leatherface, Ghostface, Michael Myers.
Oh, Backstreet Boys?
Well, they do the Backstreet Boys, the Slash Street Boys. I think they go by Slash Street Boys.
I don't know.
Oh, it's hilarious.
It's bet it is.
Genius. Leatherface sings, I got friends with no faces. Country song.
You know what else?
Man,
You know what else I put on the list? I think Damien belongs on the list somewhere.
Yes.
I also let's see who else. Would you consider Hannibal Lecter? I put Hannibal Lecter on the list.
You know, I read those 3 books in 6th grade, and I never really considered them horror. I mean, they're psychological thriller. I found often I was kind of rooting for Hannibal Lecter in a way because of the people he's going after.
Yeah, they're pretty
it's the Dexter effect, kind of. The Dexter effect.
Yeah, but I suppose you could put Jaws on the list too, right? Because it scared the hell out of people from going to the beach.
Really? I guess I should have clarified, not just 5. Maybe we should have said supernatural, 5 supernatural, or 5 psychological.
You guys have mentioned so many good ones that I didn't think of.
I've only been bothered by one thing in all of my many years, and that's that stupid spitting canister in John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness. That oddly unnerved me to the point where it's silly, but that thing unnerved me. Everything else is almost cartoonish. That thing unnerved me.
I actually like that movie.
Killer Clowns kind of unnerved me because of the humor. At that time, I wasn't used to humor in horror.
The scariest movie I've seen that I can remember seeing, and I haven't seen it in a long time, is Event Horizon. And I find Sam Neill in that film to be unsettling. It's an interesting term that you've brought to the table, Todd Michael. Unsettling.
I think we're so exposed to slasher villains and all that it's kind of like another one, big deal, and all iterations of the same trope. But when you get something that's unnerving and unsettling, it's hitting you in an area that all those others just kind of fall the wayside.
Right. Well, and then kind of riffing off of that, I would add Jack Torrance to the list.
Yeah.
I would also add The Thing from John Carpenter's to the list because it's like
absolutely,
that's really unsettling because you don't know who or exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love Asian horror.
It's a monster and it's a psychological thing, so they hit you on both ends there.
The remake of The Ring, I saw it first, and it unnerved me. The Ring, and then I watched the Japanese versions, and they weren't as scary. Though I love Ju-on, the original, and they did a pretty good remake with Takashi Shimizu coming over to direct it. Steven Susko wrote the remake.
Ringo?
Ju-on, The Grudge.
Ju-on, yeah, The Grudge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one too. That was good.
It was Sarah Michelle Gellar?
No.
Yeah. The remake has
the original. Yes.
Actually, I didn't mind. I actually didn't mind the Michelle Gellar one. Sarah Michelle Gellar. I thought that was
that's what I'm saying. It was pretty good. It's a pretty good remake, and it's by the same director who did Ju-on, the original.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know what? I'm just thinking that she should play Sabine Wren.
No, she shouldn't.
I'm just stirring up shit, dude.
Just because her husband played Kanan Jarrus?
Yes, it is absolutely because of Freddie Prinze Jr. Thank you for getting that.
Oh, boy.
Put Jason in any other horror movie.
Okay.
Well, except for it can't be an Elm Street movie because that already kind of happened, right?
True.
Right.
Well, he could be in The Burning.
Oh my god.
That seems the natural fit, yeah.
That's basically a Camp Crystal Lake movie without Jason.
I have an
But
answer.
with George Costanza.
And Halloween, it just seems like too on the nose.
Right.
I have an answer, but I have questions to ask this. So does Jason have a home?
Anywhere you're not looking.
In the
No,
movies,
does he live anywhere? Does he go somewhere regularly to sleep?
Yeah, he has a cave where he has his mom's decapitated head and
There's
some candles.
no.
He goes he goes to the Denny's down the road on Friday nights.
Would Jason Voorhees ever use a phone?
No,
You can't speak.
he's a supernatural entity.
No,
He'd
but
smash someone's head in with a phone.
For the purposes of my horror movie crossover, I want Jason and the Ring.
Jason in the Ring?
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's going to watch the video. I don't know if he's going to answer the phone, but I would love to see him fight that girl.
Samara?
Sure. I respect her privacy. I don't know her name.
I would like to see Jason in a Hellraiser flick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let him get ripped apart and put himself back together and ripped apart again.
That's the thing, is that I don't think that Jason would survive a Hellraiser movie.
No, he wouldn't. Well,
No, they would tear him
Well,
apart.
they wouldn't actually come for him unless
Right.
something had to do with the box. So maybe his mom had something to do with the box, and she got taken to hell, and he's going to hell to find her. And okay, I can see how the story could evolve from there.
What do you think? How Freddy would fare in a Hellraiser universe?
No.
Do
I have money on the Hellraisers.
yeah. I don't know. I think probably better than Jason.
I think
Because
it'd do
it's not
better.
really clearly defined exactly what
Well,
Freddy's
maybe.
status is. It's like, because they killed Freddy, and it's like, well, he's back in people's dreams. So it's like, if he's only in this ethereal dream world, would that give him any clout in the Hellraiser universe?
I don't know.
Well, Freddy's a demon. Jason is but an indestructible alive person.
no,
like,
I mean,
he's-
No, it's not
No, he's a golem of evil.
Yeah, it's
well,
more of a
but-
golem.
yes,
Yeah.
he's a golem.
But Freddy is a demon itself.
I have to jump into the chats here because
I just saw it
Ethan
too.
Cutt is saying he wants to see Jason in Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah.
Jason X, I presume, but yes, I want to see Jason X in Star Trek Discovery, pushing machetes in everyone's skull.
Yeah. Star Trek Discovery is a horror series, just for all the wrong reasons.
Hey, Steve.
Yes,
We got a channel, right?
we do.
May I plug? Speaking of Star Trek.
Go.
All right. So we're going to be starting a new Star Trek podcast on Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.
9:30,
And
right?
9:30. My mistake. Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.
And we're going to be discussing all things Star Trek. And my co-host, Chandra, you can find her on Chandra Live on Twitch. She's currently playing Final Fantasy something or other. I don't know. I don't watch. But I absolutely adore her, and she is very knowledgeable about Star Trek. We're going to be talking about it, and you know what? She's okay with Kurtzman, and it's going to be an interesting conversation. Instead of getting all up in her grill about this is the worst thing ever, it's going to be a conversation about Star Trek. We're going to be reviewing episode 1 of season 2 of Lower Decks, and we're just going to be talking about Star Trek and enjoying it. And yeah, I'm not a fan of Discovery. She was in Discovery,
Right.
so it's going to be a really interesting conversation where we're just going to hang out and talk about all the things we love about Star Trek. So in terms of Jason getting onto the Discovery, absolutely. I would love it.
Here's your
But-
sneak peek for Monday's
Oh,
upcoming.
You
And
know,
we're
I
all-
wish
we're
I
all
wish
looking
we had
forward to it.
production value.
I know, right?
We got nothing, man. We don't even have it.
I'm super looking forward to that.
That
we
intro is
launched-
cool production value.
Yeah.
That's a cool
Uh,
intro.
It's
we,
walls.
I also look forward to seeing that show, and I just have to say that I think it's really interesting. It's more interesting when you have someone who loves something and someone who dislikes it, and you can discuss it in a fashionable way, because it's not cool just throwing nasty words at each other and saying you're stupid.
Right.
But let's have a good discussion about
Oh,
what
no, she's-
don't I like, what do I like.
She's a horrible person and she despises me. So she's going to insult constantly.
It should be fun. It should be a great
yeah,
show.
no, it usually is.
So we have 3 shows. We started Martinis, Gadgets, and Guns 2 weeks ago. Check those out
Who's
on
on
the
that
channel
show?
if you haven't. Scotty and Kat.
Really?
We have Set to Stun starting Monday, and then we have Cult Classic Movie Corner starting next Thursday with Thursday.
With me.
Oh no, it's not Thursday, it's Thursday.
Thursday. Oh.
So we're super
Wonderful.
excited about all of those programs, and we hope you check
Good
them out.
job. Good job.
Yep, we hope you check them out.
Yeah,
So do we want to run down what Collider thinks is the every Friday the 13th movie ranked from worst to best?
Sure.
All right, let's see what they think. And then I
If
actually
may
have 2.
excuse myself briefly.
I have Colliders, and then I have Rotten Tomatoes, and they are slightly different. So let's go with Colliders first. So first they have at number 12, they have Jason X. Number 11, they have Friday the 13th, 2009.
Mhm.
10th, they have Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. Coming at the 9 slot, they have Friday the 13th, part Jason Takes Manhattan. What's that? 8, 9? 8. Friday the 13th, part 7, New Blood. That's number 8. Number 7 is Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday.
My favorite.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. At number 6, Freddy versus Jason. At number 5, Friday the 13th, part 2. That's the one with the one eye, right?
Yep.
The sack with the okay.
Yep.
Friday the 13th is number 4. Friday the 13th, part 3 is number 3. Friday the 13th, part 6 is Jason Lives, is number 2. And then for the number 1, they have Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter.
Okay.
Yep.
So do we agree? Do we disagree? Does that look like your list?
No.
Rich? No?
No. Number 6 is definitely one of the better ones, though. It would be hard to go between 1 and 2 on that. I kind of would have to put the
what's
first
the final
one.
chapter? What number is that? Is that
4
6?
or
Oh.
that's 4. Yeah.
4. Okay. They
And
have that
then
as
that's
number
the one where Tommy Jarvis, intro to Tommy Jarvis, Corey Feldman's character.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised they don't have the original as number 1. But
Yeah, that's kind of what I was. Speaking of Corey Feldman, he's trying to make news again, saying that an attorney friend of his found out that the rights have shifted back, and now they can do a new Friday the 13th movie. It's been debunked, sadly, but he wants it to be Jarvis versus Jason. He wants to come back because in part 4, he shaves his head. He was really into horror movies. He had all kinds of masks and all kinds of creepy crawlies and everything, just like me. He shaved his head to freak out Jason, to psychologically mess with him. And then in the next one and then the next one, they had 2 different actors play Tommy Jarvis. They didn't bring Corey Feldman back. So it actually would be kind of cool to have him come back. He's not the greatest actor, but it would be kind of neat to have him come back if possible. So a little.
Oh, also,
inside
I would
trivia
like to add. I would like to add, in terms of my favorite horror villains of all time, I would like to add Angie Everhart from Bordello of Blood,
Ooh,
the Tales from the Crypt movie with Dennis Miller.
Oh yeah.
That is, that chick was.
Well, if you're gonna do that, then you've got to have Billy Zane from Demon Knight.
Right.
Oh, you are absolutely correct. I apologize.
Okay,
Angie
so
Everhart is 7, but Billy Zane is 6.
The list is, I don't know. I can't really respond much to the list. I would see it differently. Let's see what the other guys think.
Yeah, so here's how Rotten Tomatoes has them ranked. It doesn't say how they rank them. So I don't know if this was just by somebody decided to do it over there, or if there was some kind of method to their madness. They did not say, but here goes. Number 12, Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. At number 11 is Friday the 13th, Part 3. At number 10, Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. At number 9 is Jason X. At number 8, Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter. At number 7, Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. At number 6, Friday the 13th, 2009. At number 5, Friday the 13th, Part 2. At number 4, Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Coming in at number 3, Freddy vs. Jason. In the number 2 spot, Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. And at number 1, Friday the 13th.
Very different lists.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Interesting.
completely different.
They had, very different. They still had number 6 at number 2. So I think that's a good spot because it really is good, and it's the last one before Kane Hodder came in. Not saying. I mean, Kane Hodder is obviously our favorite Jason, though that movie was just so darn good. Part 6. And Part 6 had the Alice Cooper soundtrack. Constrictor was the album. So, yeah.
Delicious.
Interesting how different those lists were.
In general, the third one gets a lot of flack because it isn't really Jason; it's a copycat.
Yeah.
And also, the movie was made to be 3D.
3D.
So it has a lot of those effects where stuff is happening, like, "Oh, I'm stabbing you into the camera!
Right,
Look at this awesome 3D!" And it was made with the old-fashioned way, where you had like the colored glasses.
Oh yeah, I saw it in the theater.
Copycat? Are you sure the third one is copycat? Because I thought number 5 is the copycat.
It wasn't also the third one a copycat, or am I wrong? I might be wrong. Actually,
I'm going to have to revisit it.
It does say Jason may solidify his iconic
no,
wardrobe.
you're right. It's
Yeah.
not a copycat. It's Jason hiding out in the barn. That's right.
Oh, 3 is where he gets his mask also.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely Jason.
Yeah,
That's
sorry.
right.
The Fantasmagorium and its subsidiaries encourage using the internet to find out all of this.
I would like to add that Camp Crystal Lake is apparently in New Jersey, in the Midwest.
Thank you.
You're right,
Thank you
yeah.
very much.
And
Thank you very much.
it was originally, going back to the Star Trek Discovery element, it was originally owned by Paramount Pictures and distributed through Paramount, but then New Line was owned by Time Warner now, so it is part of Warner Media. So we don't have the connections there like we did in the past.
Well,
I'd like to welcome my buddy, the Captain.
ahoy,
Captain.
Captain.
Ahoy, Cap. Seems like
Yeah.
the appropriate greeting.
He's my buddy. Been friends for a long time. We traveled. We filmed all of our road trip videos, Florida to Texas and back up to Kentucky, every state. We filmed everything, and that's stuff that we'll be editing pretty soon too.
Fantastic.
What's up, dude?
Happy Friday the 13th to you, Captain.
Do you have audio?
Okay. It's very bad in the car.
That's a car. It looks like a van. It looks like a bitchin' ride, dude.
Wherever or whatever he's in, it's always bitching.
Or if I can get better sound. 1 second.
Do you mind if we talk amongst ourselves until you get such?
Right. Yeah, let's do that.
Anyways, you know what? I've always been a person that I can't grow facial hair. So I'm already impressed by his beard.
I'm impressed it grew this fast because last I saw him, it wasn't that full.
Well, and also I'm a Guinness man myself from way back. Terje, do you have a mask?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's back here. So back in the day, I bought a Jason mask off the internet on eBay. So this is the mask from actually Jason X, the beginning of Jason X.
Yes, sir.
What did I say
Off
that was
the
so incredibly
internet.
funny? Off the internet.
It was like I bought this off the internet. And it's like, well, where are you gonna buy it from?
No, I have parents who are so old. Then when I order stuff, they say, "Did you write for it?"
No.
Yeah. They're so old. When they mail order stuff, it was a write-in. Yeah. So this is the mask.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
It is made out of fiberglass.
Yes.
So when you see the inside, it looks almost like a boat.
Well, it looks like it fits
Like a boat. Fiberglass boat.
Well,
A fiberglass boat. But it's cool. I have it displayed just on the shelf. It doesn't get more Jason iconic than the hockey mask.
Right.
Agreed.
That's basically the thing that really sets him apart from any other killer. The machete, yeah, it's a big knife, but the hockey mask, it is what makes him Jason.
It's iconic.
In everybody else's opinion.
Well, but the thing that I've learned, again, I'm just a weirdo who hasn't seen all of the Friday the 13th movies, but the only thing continuity-wise that has maintained is when Jason's mask got cut at the end of Friday the 13th Part 3, maybe 4. And it was like a gash out of it, and it is one of the few things that is maintained in terms of Jason. And so what I'm saying is that you should cut your prized possession when it comes to Friday the 13th. I'm getting mixed up in my own brain because everything I want to say Nightmare on Elm Street because romance. But yeah,
there's a machete.
Is there a machete? Oh no, is that a real machete or is that
it's real?
That's a real machete?
No, this is a real when
Can
the
I
captain
be your
and
neighbor?
When the captain and I were down in Florida and we were planning our road trip, we've got all kinds of equipment, all kinds of gear. We got tasers, we got everything, machetes, different types of blades, wires to make booby traps if we got lost in Louisiana. We got all kinds of stuff. No joke.
Well, Captain, welcome. I'm assuming that you are primed and ready.
And can you hear us?
Well, I can see him, and I'm just dazzled.
I forgot to tell you, he's a mime.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's great. As am I. So it works.
He has a wonderful beard, but it seems like he has a not so wonderful internet connection at the moment.
Yeah, he was messaging me saying he doesn't know how long or how it's going to go.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna pop him out and he'll come back in.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much, Captain, for joining us. I was looking forward to hearing from you, and I hope that we can do it in the future.
Jimmy?
Yeah, he's a character once you get to hear him.
I admired his truck.
Oh, I found this list. Okay, so I tell you guys that I design a lot of games. This is from 1998. I'll share this. You want to make me full screen real quick? Every type of monster, vampires, werewolves, all the different types of zombies, critters, everything. I wrote their strengths, their abilities, their strengths, and their weaknesses, and their motivations, so that I could incorporate that into various games.
This is a whole episode. I would love to have a conversation with you about the strengths and weaknesses of every monster.
Yep.
That's crazy awesome.
This is 4 solid pages right here, ending up with Pinhead.
Nice.
Okay.
So, yeah, we can. Well, Halloween's coming up, so let's plan for Halloween.
Well, dude, yes, please. I would appreciate that. That would be a fantastic Fantasmagorium.
Yeah,
that would be. So,
Big
can
plan.
we hear you now, Captain?
My God, his beard is gorgeous, and he I wish I had those sunglasses.
That's a great still of him right there.
Yeah.
Great picture.
That image is called the sad captain.
Oh, a captain in repose.
All right, let's jump over to the chat and see what's going on over there.
All right,
heavens, yes. All we've been doing is chatting. If you don't mind, I'm gonna smoke, and from the YouTube algorithms that I understand, I'm not allowed to do that on camera. So I'm still here, but I am going to be off camera. If that is,
I'm going off
acceptable to
camera
everyone.
too.
Do that,
Oh,
but
no.
Scotty, you're gonna read the
Oh,
comment.
yeah, no, I'm here. Yeah, totally.
Let's do it.
Thank you. Let's go. Edge of Time. Thank you so much for being here. You are a supporter of the channel. Salutations from Edge of Time. Hail the Edge of Time.
Aloha.
Todd Michael says,
Welcome.
Edge of Time says, still chasing Jason as Really? What? Okay. TheRichard says, while you're at it, slash that like button, stab it in the face, put an arrow through its neck.
Yes.
Edge of Time says, I slashed it, not that it splatters.
Bummer.
You know what? I don't have enough time to smoke, so I might as well put the camera back on. Edge of Time says, ahoy, Scotty and crew. Thank you so much. Edge of Time says, I might lose my head over this episode. Well,
you might.
I see what you did there.
Premarital sex and drugs. And if you avoid both of those, you'll be fine. Pete says, welcome back, Pete. Thanks for coming back, man. Sudden start made my jump. Bit of pee came out. Well, yeah. Laundry day.
It happens.
Nothing clean, right?
Right.
Todd Michael says, welcome, Pete and TheRichard.
Yeah.
Pete says, good evening, Todd. Pete says, and hello to all my fantastic friends. Well, hello to you,
Hello.
Pete.
Hello.
Ahoy and good wishes. I missed the question. What was the question again, Steve?
We had a bunch of questions. But I think
is
maybe
the
he's
meaning of
talking about
life?
the poll question, which was, do you think they should make a new Friday the 13th movie to round out the franchise at 13 movies? Right now, the poll is 55% says yes, absolutely. 18% said no way, this franchise is dead. 27% said, nah, I don't care.
I don't give an F.
I do.
Well, no, so do I. Like, there is something in me when a new Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, when it comes out, even if I don't see it, it makes me feel happy. And it's like, I'm so happy that is still alive. It doesn't have to be good. I'm just glad it's alive.
I'd prefer if it was good, though.
Well, same here, bud.
Pete says, and peeps are hating on He-Man. Not on this show. Not today, anyways.
Not on every network. There's still we've got a lot of positivity here. Actually got some positivity on coming to the Post-Geek Singularity, too. We filmed 5 episodes of a He-Man thing.
What the hell is the Post-Geek Singularity?
That's just another channel.
Who runs that channel?
That is Robert Meyer Burnett's channel. And
never heard of him.
Yeah. It's nice to say
sounds like a lovely guy.
It's nice to say that he's very much in favor spreading the positivity for He-Man. So, yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about it. There's still a lot of people out there talking negative, but everything's going to change, especially when the second part comes out.
I believe so.
Yeah, we'll see.
My God, we haven't even seen the whole story.
One can only hope.
The first half of He-Man was amazing. Shut up.
It doesn't matter, Scott. They made a ton of money by shitting all over it, so they'll do it again, whether it's good or bad. It does not.
So I'm the bad guy for liking it. Fine.
No, you're not.
I like chocolate. Chocolate ruined my childhood.
It sure did.
Yeah, that
Chocolate's
unfortunately
woke.
is a cottage industry in fandom these days.
Cottage cheese ruined my childhood.
I don't like cottage cheese.
Todd Michael says the Phantasmagorium show and its subsidiaries do not condone putting people on the spot.
I agree with that, and I apologize for what I did.
Put me on the spot like that.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Pete says, I've only ever seen the end of the first film.
Only the end? All right.
Todd Michael says, please comment, like, share, subscribe. It helps us fight evil.
That's right.
Not for evil, just fight
Just
evil.
fight evil.
Yes. We are the good
Terje,
guys.
is Jason evil? Does it help us fight him? Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
That's a good
He
thing.
kills subscribers. Todd Michael says the Canadian Surgeon General has determined that the Phantasmagorium show's Friday free-for-all is more or less safe for general weekly consumption.
Yay. Thanks for that seal of approval. We do our best.
I like that.
Hey, Gundle! Gundle is here, and he says, we need a reboot of Jason Takes Manhattan. Agreed. A version where Jason actually brings his hack and slash taste buds to Times Square and doesn't spend all of his time eating snacks on a dinghy boat.
Agreed.
He's right.
Not only do I agree with that, but I want it on the back of the VHS.
Yeah.
Pete says, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, they get when you sleep, man.
Ooh, yes, Invasion of the Body Snatchers is good, both versions. And I like several of the
both versions. There's
similar
several
themes.
versions.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Body Snatcher movie, guys?
My personal is 1978. I just love Donald Sutherland and everybody. Leonard Nimoy, Jeff Goldblum.
78.
Also like Soylent Green.
Good movie.
Well,
Todd Michael said, he's welcoming Gundle, which is thank you.
Well, Gundle's awesome. You should all welcome.
Pete says, I think Footloose is pretty flippin' horrific. Yeah, it can be.
Pete says Victor Frankenstein was the true monster.
So what was that, Kat?
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sorry?
I still got to see the 1978 Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I've only seen the original one, which I still really like.
Yeah.
No, the original is also very good, but do see the 78 one. Yeah.
Let us know when you do.
Pete's right.
We could even do a watch party.
Yeah, we got to figure that out.
Hey, I know somebody who kind of knows how to do it now.
Terje,
Actually,
you want to read
most
yours?
of us know how to do it now.
I'm replying to Pete and Kat about Footloose being pretty horrific, and I'm saying I agree. The way he kicks off his Sunday shoes.
Pete says, I refuse to watch it, Terje. The Kenny Loggins music vid scared me enough. You know what? Okay, I don't mean to interrupt this Friday the 13th.
I know where we're going.
Yeah, I know. I've had this conversation before with all of you, but I want to share it with the internet and the world. So here's my problem with Footloose, is that it's 1950s music during, or 1960s music in the beginning of the movie, and then all of a sudden it turns into 1980s pop songs. So I don't, like, something about that movie falls apart as soon as I've had the time of my life shows up, or She's Like the Wind. I can't.
Wait, that's Dirty Dancing. Both of those are Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dirty Dancing does the same thing, right?
Well,
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Kevin Bacon, Footloose.
Footloose.
Footloose and yeah, okay. No, I love Footloose. I have nothing to say bad.
We'll fix
But
this in
you're
post.
right. It applies to both.
Yeah.
Friday. Gotta get
Nobody puts Kevin Bacon in the corner.
Yeah.
Anyway, I apologize to everyone who's listening. You know what?
You're actually right, though. I mean, it does apply to both.
Yeah,
the Phantasmagorium show doesn't, nor its subsidiaries, condone the ending to Footloose.
Right. Pete says there was no blood in the first Halloween film. PG-13.
In the
right?
first scene, there was a little bit.
PG. Whatever. Was
Very
there
little, but
a little bit of blood?
A little bit. You don't see it actually flowing, but each time the kid brings the knife up when he's stabbing his sister, you see blood. And then when he looks at her again right before she falls down, you see blood all over her chest. But it doesn't like flow out in a gory matter, so it's actually really light.
Like face, neck, and chest?
No. Pete says The Thing. Yeah, so I think we actually got around to that on the list.
Pete says Sutter Kane. In the Mouth of Madness, my man.
Mm-hmm.
Terje.
You read Sutter Kane.
Pete says, nah. I just remember the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah.
We need a
I forgot
proper
to mention
Mountain
the
of
birds.
Madness.
And I'm just saying, I know it's a quote. All the insane people keep asking if other people had read Sutter Kane.
Liberate tu me. Pete says, haha. Oh, yeah. I remember his favorite color is blue. No, wait, red. Pete says the ultimate horror dude is Satan. And you know what? That is a very interesting point. I thought about bringing up Satan.
Yeah.
Dr. Satan! Hail, Dr. Satan!
Dr. Satan.
But no, Satan in general as being the ultimate horror villain. And
Carrie, Rosemary's Baby, Exorcist. Yeah, totally.
Like, but I kind of leave him out of it. It's like, and Kat can attest to this, is like when people say that, like, who's your favorite James Bond? Sean Connery. It's like, that's the easy answer.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite James Bond after Sean Connery? And so who is your favorite horror villain, supernatural villain? Satan.
It's
of course.
I would add the Firefight Clan to serial killer list. Oh, speaking of these lists, I forgot. Going back to the PGS Facebook, 2 years ago, I created categories, and I put trailers for, say, slasher movies. I added like 50 different trailers and had other people do it. Serial killer or supernatural, all tons and tons of trailers. You could still search for those. I need to find a way to save them into in case Facebook ever goes down or whatever, because I created a really awesome archive
of Satan's
of trailers for these specific types of horror characters.
Cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Pete says he gets everywhere, meaning Satan. Yeah, he does.
Jason in Star Trek. Yeah, absolutely. Hack the bone. Gotta respect the beard. Riker? OSTTV, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming, man. Great. Or I didn't mean to assume anything. but I want Jason breakfast cereal. Saltwater taste with skull crunch. Yes.
Nice.
That's good.
Pete says the meaning of life is to give life meaning. Well, I was informed that the meaning of life was 42. Or at least that was the answer.
Oh, God.
Todd Michael says Alex Kurtzman will be rebooting Friday the 13th. Yes. And it will
just
not,
in.
It will not be any. It'll be Friday the 12th.
Yeah.
Well, it's already owned by Platinum Dunes. So, or did
You're
they?
a Platinum Dune.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pete and caught.
Caught.
Yes, I got it. I thought Kevin Smith's Masters of the Universe was ace. Absolutely, as do we. Around these parts, we really, really enjoyed it. And
Derail the hate train. I like that.
We're looking, derail the hate train. Absolutely, spread it around because we're still waiting for the second half of the story. The animation was great. Oh, Richard, did you see What If?
I did.
And
I thought it was good. I'm excited for it overall. It was neat to see the parallels and then how they reversed it. And I mean, it's neat. And yeah, I've always thought that it takes place in a multiverse, even though some pundits saying, oh, no, this is not going to be canon. No. It technically can be canon.
But it shouldn't be.
It
Absolutely
most likely
not.
is not. Though they
shouldn't be.
they could
Well, it's
pull
not.
out if they
This
want.
This is the problem with fans all the time with this, and I'm just gonna take this little detour because it pisses me off so bad. Just because we get something, they automatically want to thrust it into the MCU proper. Look, What Ifs, Elseworlds, these are never supposed to be inline canon. They're supposed to be little stories, What If stories, Elseworld stories, aside and outside of the main canon. And for some reason, we can't. Everything has to be part of a fucking cinematic universe. Jesus, let it go. It's bad enough that we can't,
brother.
It's bad enough we can't get cool one-off Marvel movies that can't live on their own. Hopefully that changes. But man, let's just have this live on its own by itself, and instead of trying to weave it all in, because it's not supposed to.
My God.
Thank you. Rant over.
No.
We can go back to Friday the 13th.
No, but good rant. That's the thing.
Good rant.
Yeah, like that's one of the things that I enjoy about the DC cinematic universe, whatever you want to call it. Like that is something that it was a success born of failure. They were trying to copy Marvel, and now everything is scattered, and I am totally cool with it.
Yeah,
Skeletor approves of ranting.
I love Skeletor.
All right, Scotty, what's next?
Pete says the second one, the Amazing Grace scene.
Whistles.
Pete continues, to me, Holy Grail classic. It is quite.
Great, now Blue.
And then continuing laughing, Pete, come on.
Maniacally this time.
Shane Lundstrom. Hello, sir.
Hello, Shane.
Hey, you missed OSTV.
New name?
Yeah, no, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the party, pal. We need proper take on the Lovecraft stories. You know what? And when I was listing off all my villains on the Lovecraft monsters.
Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Well, you did mention Event Horizon, which is very much inspired by Lovecraft.
Yeah.
True. Shane continues, Satan as a horror icon is generally not a horror villain. He's more like horror aficionado. Remember, LOL? The ultimate icon for the ultimate inspiration. You know what? I've known a Satanist. I've known a person who, subscribes to Satanism. And he was a lovely gentleman. So...
He's right. We need proper adaptations of the Lovecraft stories. I think the HP Lovecraft Society has done really good low-budget stuff. some of which actually holds up, like their radio dramas, and then their movies like The Whisper in Darkness and Call of Cthulhu. But there needs to be like a proper, good adaptation of it. We've not really got that yet.
Thing.
I will say, Rich and I, we did a watch party for Color Out of Space, and to me, it's the best Lovecraft version movie I've seen.
That was so much fun.
It was awesome, and it was such a surprise because, unfortunately, I've just been conditioned to think that these H.P. Lovecraft kind of inspired movies are shit. I think I liked Reanimator, right?
They're fun, but they're always
the ones that are inspired are really bad, but the ones that are actually done by the Society proper are pretty good.
Yeah.
Regarding Lovecraft, and games, I ran several seasons of Call of Cthulhu, and I've got all of my books and everything and notes. I would have the players keep a journal from their character's perspective. They would write like little short stories. So that's something I would like to find a way to utilize, because now we've got like hundreds of pages of these stories from these characters, characters went through all this crazy stuff. Yeah, I'm a huge Lovecraft fan.
Yeah, me too.
Me too, and we can't forget the fact that Guillermo del Toro has for years been wanting to make a big movie of is it Shadow over Innsmouth?
In the Mountains of Madness.
In the Mountains of Madness, yeah. In the Mountains of Madness.
Oh, Brian Usna, who does a lot of that stuff. He did Dagon, and he did Reanimator, producer, and everything. We're actually in contact with him. He was one of my first guests when I did my events in Hollywood. So,
I think Del Toro kind of did in his own project when he wanted $100 million budget for that movie, and I just can't picture why it would take $100 million for that particular story, because so much of it takes place out in the tundra at the camp, around there, and then the ending you could do with like miniatures and a few interior sets. It's like I just don't see where you would be spending that amount of money. But then when I heard the rumors that they wanted Tom Cruise for the lead, I'm kind of glad it didn't happen.
When he offered that, or when he requested that budget, was it the same time that he did that other movie, the Haunted House movie? Because he got a lot of money for that. Crimson Peak?
Crimson Peak.
Yeah.
Was it around that time?
Yeah,
because
it was. Yes, it was around 2010, 2011, and that's right when he was going into pre-production on Crimson Peak. Because his other films he had been contracted for, because he was supposed to do like a Frankenstein adaptation or something, and that's why he had to leave the Hobbit movies, because these Universal remakes were coming up, and then they ended up, for whatever reason, scrapping those films. And so then he tried to do Mountains of Madness, and then when they said no, he went off and did Crimson Peak instead.
Okay.
Todd Michael says, welcome to Shane. And I also say welcome. Shane continues and says, laugh out loud, the jolly holiday red man bringing mayhem. Oh my God. I just saw that I have Fat Man on demand. So
cool.
Remember, I don't know if you guys remember, or I don't even know if
Mel
you guys
Gibson?
saw.
Mel Gibson?
Yeah, the Mel Gibson Fat Man
Revenge
Santa movie. I have that on demand now.
That's awesome.
Cool. Hey, by the way, Shane is the captain, just to let you know, in case anybody... Yeah, cool. Shane is my buddy. Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, awesome. Ahoy, Captain. Pete says, the only what-if comic I have is what if the Kingpin owned the Daredevil? British comics of the 1970s and 80s are my speciality.
Awesome.
Wow, that would be a cool one. I think I remember the cover to that, but I never read the story. That'd be really cool to read. Pete goes on. Has anyone seen a film called Extra? Fuck you, of course. What the heck was that all about? Well, it was about Extra.
No, don't be mean to people in the chat.
Well, no, it's kind of like one of those things. It's like, have you ever tasted the flavor cherry? It's like, of course, come on.
Have you ever seen the color red?
Exactly.
Never.
Thank you. Hey, I'm not being derogatory. I'm just
No,
like,
but it was pretty aggressive.
I apologize for being aggressive. Yes, I've seen Extra.
You
I have
could
also
tell
seen
the-
Extra too.
You could tell the fuck you was straight from the heart.
It was. I mean, we meant it. Every word of it.
Have I seen Extra? Get out.
Pete says, Fat Man is a great film. Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet, Pete. I'm looking forward to it. And so I hope that is an apology for saying F you.
Hey, I want to read something that Shane sent to me before he jumped into chat. It's kind of poetic. It says, I really want to take part. I mean, after all, this is a killer ride. Laugh my ass off. It's ironic. It's storming like this on Friday the 13th. My internet keeps going out. Imagine it if it was my power and it was constantly kept flickering on and off and causing my records to get stuck. The atmosphere would make a day like today. Metal.
Yeah, cool. That was very good.
Thanks, Shane. Like, man,
Yeah,
I
dude.
wish you could be on, but you know what? I've been in the same situation, and I blame the internet.
Well, we're gonna do a lot of special kind of episodes in October, obviously gearing up for Halloween. So you're totally welcome to come back for one of those or most of those.
Have we ever turned anyone away?
We have not.
Sluts.
Pete says, it's okay. I'm made of stern stuff. Yes, you are. You look like you're metal, Pete.
Playing guitar.
Scotty is the only peep I know who has seen it. Well, and I appreciate that. And I you know what? I apologize. I didn't mean to say fuck you so soon.
Oh, look, my mom's over there.
Oh,
is
yeah.
that her?
Kill her, mommy.
Hey, Mom.
Kill her, mommy. She's not dead, mommy.
Oh my god. Terje, you are aware that your mom's on top.
Yeah, my mom gave birth to me on top.
That fucking
Well, we're weird. We're weird people. I would very much like to thank the new subscribers to the channel.
Yep.
We got 19 Golden Boy 91. Thank you so much, 19 Golden Boy, and Willie Larson. Willie,
Yeah.
Oh, he's a friend of mine.
pleasure.
Cool.
Yeah, we sell and buy action figures to each other when we grow tired of them.
Oh, nice.
We're not getting it's taking 24 to 48 hours for these to actually populate, so we promise we'll get through them all as they come in, but we super appreciate all of our subscribers. I mean, the success of the channel has been really humbling, and we love the support, obviously.
Aren't you looking forward to our second 1,000 subscribers extravaganza?
Of
We're
course.
almost there again.
Yeah. again for the second time.
Mm-hmm. It's like losing your virginity twice. Shane says, "Me too. Fuck Windstream."
Punch
Fist bump.
skull.
What is Windstream?
It's an internet provider.
Oh, Pete says, "If I don't go to bed at night without someone saying fuck you, then I've done something wrong."
And I think I've done something wrong. Well,
Oh my god. I had intimacy last night and they asked me to say like and subscribe, and I was like, this is weird.
please like and subscribe. Louder, Scotty. Okay, buddy. I think that's it for today. I think we'll call it a
Are we done?
a good
Is
show.
it over?
I think
This
we're done.
very
I think
good
we're
show.
I think it's
Is
it.
it over? Is the bar closed? Is it last call?
Last call. It was a fun Friday the 13th free for all.
I think
Had a
it was
great time.
successful, yeah.
Yeah, fairly
That's
successful.
nice.
We got a lot of info, that's for sure.
And
Hashed it out.
I'm still alive, and there's only 7 minutes left of Friday the 13th over here.
Oh, my
that's right.
battery is almost
Wait,
dead.
lean forward, Terje.
No.
Lean forward just a little bit more.
Richard has the power to kill us through the internet.
Right?
Oh no, Oh, that's a cool movie.
TheRichard 3D.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Pete.
3D. I gotta put my 3D glasses on.
Cheers, Pete.
Pete says cheers.
Oh, fuck you, Pete.
Yeah.
No, I like
Yeah,
Pete.
no, it goes. It's perfect. It's a perfect sign off. All right, let's start. We'll say goodbye to all of our friends. First, we'll start with Todd Michael. Goodbye, Todd Michael. Thank you for coming. Do you have anything that you want to promote? Where can people find you on the internet?
Like Volkswagens.
Right.
No, nothing to promote.
Okay.
Later, all.
See ya. All right, Terje, you're up next, buddy. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram. I'm gonna start using that account to post stuff related to cult movies and the new show, as well as maybe some pictures from personal life. So I have an Instagram account. I have a Twitter, which I don't use much, but we'll see. But I'll put links for that up on the website when the show starts, I guess. But please do.
But do you have a show? Do you have a show?
I do have a show, so please do join me this coming Turge Day, the day before Friday. So, then you can enjoy the cult classic movie corner show.
Yeah,
So
it's gonna be fun.
I am ravenous for it.
Come.
Again and again. All right, buddy. Thanks. We'll see you. We'll see you soon. Thanks for
See you
coming
later.
today. All right, Kat, you're up next. Where can people find you online?
You can find me Slice Night on Twitter. You can find me active on the Fantasmagorium group Facebook page, and you can find me Wednesday nights with Scott on Martini's Gadgets and Guns.
Awesome. Another awesome show that we love doing.
Kat, you carry me on that show. You are encyclopedic.
That's a great James Bond show. You guys are doing a really good job.
Thanks, Rich.
Thanks.
We will see you soon, Kat. Thank you for coming today.
Right. Thank you.
All right, Rich. Okay, Rich, you're the last one.
No, this is
What?
easier. Richard, where are you not on the internet?
Right.
Oh boy. Well, I'll keep it simple. At TheRichard13 everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Soon you'll see a lot of my art here on Fantasmagorium
That's
website.
Yeah.
And the Post Geek Singularity, all of the Facebook groups, especially the toys, the fully articulated. I've been sharing a lot of my toys and stuff that I'm finding as I'm digging through the house, and anything PGS, you can find me over there. So, and regarding He-Man, I've got Masters of the Universe, TheRichard's Art Revelations on Facebook, and it's all kinds of videos and new artwork and everything.
Awesome,
man.
And then
I think that's it.
we can always find you in the chat because you are one of our
of course,
our moderators that we love having you in the chat. And like you said, we're going to work on getting the Richards Art Gallery up on our website. And then obviously, hopefully you'll come back for more Friday free-for-alls.
October is going to be a really fun month. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Rich. We'll
right,
talk
thanks,
to you
guys.
soon. Thanks, buddy. And then
I'm just super jazzed that the Richard left. I am sick of that guy. I can't take it.
He just talks way too much. Oh, wait, he's still in.
Are we still live?
Yeah, we're still live, buddy. All right.
No, I'm so. You know what? This was a great party.
That was a fun little show, man.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was nice to talk about the Friday the 13th, even though, man, like I said, I think I've seen 3.5 of the movies. But
but whatevs.
But whatever. It was fun. It was a good conversation. We ran down some lists. Got to talk horror movies, which is always pretty fun. Anyways, I think that's going to do it for us today, though. I think we're going to go.
I think it's best. Yes.
I think we should shut down the shop for the weekend. Come back on Monday.
Yeah.
Rejuvenated and ready to talk movies. What do you say?
Yeah. I can't wait until I hear more lawsuits from Disney. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, did you hear? Here's a
No,
little
I
teaser.
didn't hear. Tell me on Monday.
Very
Let's
little
go.
teaser.
Let's go.
Nope. I can now. I have to tease it.
I hate it.
So
Okay.
apparently,
What happened?
apparently, Disney did renegotiate with The Rock for the Jungle Cruise, but wouldn't even entertain that for Scarlett Johansson. Wouldn't even take the call.
Patriarchy.
It's Hollywood, man. It's Hollywood. They better, I don't know, man. Disney's got to find a way out of that nonsense. Anyways, we'll talk more about that next week because it's not going anywhere anytime soon. It was a great show, Scotty. Thanks for helping me.
I love doing these
find
shows
our way
with you.
through it.
I am
Yeah,
so
me too.
grateful that we get to do this.
Me too. It's a lot of fun. I love doing these shows. So,
Except for the Richard.
well, except for the Richard, of
that
course.
guy.
So for for Scotty
But
R37.
also, no. You should go to the Richard, subscribe, and go to his Facebook page. He has
absolutely.
so many artistic endeavors. You should absolutely. Everyone that you see on this show, if I'm facetious and negative towards them, it's because I'm being facetious. And
Yes.
so, they're all friends of the show. And I want
Absolutely.
you to enjoy their art in the same way that you put up with us.
Yes. So, with that all down and out of the way, Scott's apologies. It might have to be part of the closing of every show going forward.
It's the new show trailer.
For Scotty R37, I'm Steve Foley. Have a great day, everybody.
See you guys.